Cheers.
Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And thank you for being part of our next podcast, right? So, we were trying to find different topics for this week, and I listened to a pretty interesting short of YouTube, and it was talking about at the NBA and the drop off of viewership.
Yeah.
And it got me to think, like, why, dude? Because when we see it, especially coming off from a couple days ago, where each game was a nail biter, like watching the
Christmas
with the Wembenyama, and
it was fantastic. Oh, all day. It was just good basketball.
Yeah, good basketball. And then I hear that, and then when you start doing some research, you kind of it's not just like it's not just the NBA. It's all different sports. I think when I remember we were talking about MLS, but it was 45% less viewership than the World Cup, than the last World Cup.
Yeah.
Hence, Messi did not play. Which probably was a big component to that. But even with the MLB and football, I think that's just like an outlier, because that's such a cornerstone, in American, culture.
Yeah.
But it makes me question what is what's going on. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I think it's also like, this is kind of like a little bit on the side, but like, first time we had football on Christmas this year, right? It was on. Do you remember what streaming service it was on? Netflix.
Netflix.
It was on Netflix, right? So I saw this article like the day after. It's like, NFL breaks records or whatever for Christmas Day viewership.
Yeah.
But I'm like, they never had Christmas Day games before, so obviously whatever they have now, like for the first game, is gonna break records because it's the first one, right?
Yeah.
It's the way it's marked, like that the media is written. You know what I mean? Like, I think a lot of stupid statistics are out there, especially for basketball and like other sports now. It's kind of like once you get towards a certain season, like, oh, Jokic played 17 games, and like he's the first player in 17 games to have like 35 points, 12 rebounds, like a block, a steal, and assist. Like it's very convoluted statistics that they're it's kind of like garbage statistics that they're throwing at fans to make them more interested. And I think all the real fans know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Kind of like when commentators are like commentating the game and like they say statistics like that, or like anything like that, like it's not something to be. It's not necessarily an achievement or statistic. It's just kind of something random, or like something that's happened over the past few games, and it's like something to draw your attention to. It's not drawing your attention to like the game or the player, or the players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's many other things like.
Yeah, and I think I think you have a good point there. That being said, I don't think that the fans are not are tuning out the sport. But like, let's just say for the Knicks, for example, they have how many games? 82 games.
Yeah.
That's what makes football so unique and so intriguing, is that it's just one game a week.
Yeah.
And in regarding to the NBA, the fact that it's 82 games and you can always go the next day and you can see it like a 15-minute highlights of or less of like the most important parts of it.
Yeah.
And I think the streaming has played like played a big factor.
Yeah.
And I think the NBA is okay with that. I think they're okay with that until the playoffs, because especially like in New York, when the New Yorks are playing in the playoffs, dude, the atmosphere is goes crazy, and I think they're okay with that. I think they want the Knicks to be there, because obviously it's a prime spot in New York City. But I think that, and I also think I think they're trying different streaming services, but I think a lot of them are cable in their direct locations and stuff. Not a lot of people can have access to it unless they have the NBA Game Pass.
Mhm.
But like you said, like I think the NFL is doing pretty cool stuff with different streaming services.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if the NBA has any stream. I think they have just YouTube TV.
Yeah.
Um,
I think like I think the leagues are going maybe in different directions.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I think, and the NFL's trying to, or maybe even all the leagues in general, they're trying to get, the demographic toward, like, get or target the demographic of young kids. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
teenagers to the mid 30s.
Yeah,
That's going to be the people who are going to be watching sports, like, for like the next few years, like pretty much the next 10 years, 20
yeah,
years.
absolutely.
So
Especially, yeah,
putting games on Netflix and Hulu and Prime.
yeah, like with
That's stuff like kids already have that.
like the Premier League with the Peacock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I don't think the NBA is going to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think. But that'd be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, we'll see. We already know like the leagues have contracts before the season even starts with who's going to air the games. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That has to happen before even the season starts.
Yeah.
They have to be figured out. And I also think like when the NFL is doing that, older folks like they're losing interest because they don't like they're just like if they're doing this and I can't even watch the game. Like I don't have Prime on Thursday night. I can't watch a Thursday night game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for older folks, it's just frustrating for them, and they're losing that demographic.
Yeah, that is
You know what I
true.
mean?
That is
So-
true. Yeah, and I do think that the NFL does a great marketing strategy.
Mhm.
Trying to kind of branch out, and now they're going to different countries.
Mhm.
But the NBA has done that already.
Yeah,
And they've already had like a World Cup.
yeah,
And with Spain, Argentina, all these different countries that already have pretty talented teams and
Yeah.
stuff. So they already have that. So it's kind of surprising that the viewership is so low, especially that it's worldwide.
yeah,
Because obviously, NFL is huge
Mhm.
viewership, but it's gonna get more because of the interest of other countries and
Yeah.
stuff. So I just thought that was pretty interesting. Because obviously, we like talking about sports,
No,
and
it's true, and it's kind of like it's almost sad if you're talking about it, right? Because you want like we're sports fans, right? We like watching the games,
yeah,
and it kind of sucks if you hear like not everybody's watching the games, like like viewership's going down, ratings are going down, not many people care anymore.
yeah,
So in that aspect, you're kind of just like these games are gonna like air and stuff, but you still want them to be successful,
yeah,
and I don't know. I also think like it's sad because I go on ESPN and you see like one of the top articles is Taylor Swift shows up to support Travis Kelce at his at home game. Like
Yeah.
why is that on ESPN?
yeah,
That's just straight garbage. It's really disgusting. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's clickbait.
yeah.
You know
It
what I
does
mean?
feel like clickbait a little bit.
So I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. That's their problem. They have to handle how they're going to get viewership up. The NBA's been trying with the NBA Cup and everything like that, and they're trying to revamp the All Star Game. The NFL, they don't really see the problem as much, like as you said, but
Yeah.
the Pro Bowl is, it's pretty much a disgrace now compared to what it
Yeah.
was.
But the MLB has the same problem too.
MLB has the same
and,
problem.
And I think they don't have the much star power
Yeah.
other than the Dodgers.
Yeah,
I
I mean-
mean, and the Yankees, obviously with John Carlos and Aaron Judge, and then but if you go to like another team like the Tigers or
Yeah.
even the Boston, I know Boston just picked up some good acquisitions.
Yep.
But it wasn't like before, like back in the 90s,
No, yeah.
where you had Pedro Martinez
Yep.
with the Yankees,
Mhm.
with Mariano Rivera,
Yeah.
those it just felt like more like intense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there was huge superstars back in the day. That there are now too.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just less known.
Yeah.
And also too like, big superstar free agents and I don't know like, guys now aren't just like if you go down the list like Otani, Mookie Betts, Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, like I'm struggling to like name guys after Mike Trout, like you know what I mean. If you look at like you go to like the NBA, like it's so different. Like Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Jokic, Antetokounmpo, and you could keep going. You know what I mean? I think it's the way like the MLB markets their players. They're not that successful.
Yeah.
Um,
And also, I think there has to be something with these long games. Being able, seeing a game every 2 days.
True.
Rather than once a week.
yeah.
So
How many games are in the MLB season?
maybe like 162 or
That's a
something.
lot to keep
That's
up
a
with.
lot. Yeah. I
But
think.
that's how it always was. So it's like kind of like like what gives.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. So it's interesting, and we'll definitely talk about that maybe in the future. To see,
Yeah.
hopefully, the tables turn. But like you said, I do think that there's a correlation with the younger group.
Yeah.
Now that like streaming is
Yeah.
a big thing,
Also-
podcasting
yeah,
is a big thing. Shout out to our viewers.
Yeah.
We really appreciate your feedback.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The game has also changed too. Like you know what I mean. Like
Like-
in each league, like basketball. Like I know older folks they don't want to watch anymore because almost everything's a foul, and it's pretty much just like a 3-point contest now. Like
Yeah.
people aren't playing defense as much as they used to.
yeah,
Like you know what I mean. Or it's not as like as major of a priority for teams now. Like compared to like scoring. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
NBA wants scoring. NFL wants scoring. Like and the NFL they change rules every year. I'm just thinking of stuff that like changes and like things that like have happened over the years, but like I really can't explain like such a huge.
No, but I remember off screen you mentioned a reference between I think 2011.
Oh yeah, so apparently since the 2011 season till now, the NBA has lost about half of their viewership on national televised games.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy to me.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah. We don't know, but we'll definitely keep on observing, right? Because the truth is in the pudding, right?
Yeah.
We'll definitely see. I know Adam Silver has gotten a lot of backlash for this issue, but hopefully they can resolve it because obviously there's pretty good content, right? There's good teams and stuff, but at the end of the day, what's the point if nobody's watching, right?
It's true. I mean, but like one thing, like the NBA has put so much more effort than the other leagues, in my opinion. Especially with Adam Silver, I'm a big advocate for Adam Silver. Like I don't know how you feel about him, but like I think he genuinely loves basketball. Genuinely loves the game. He cares about the players, and he wants the NBA to do well. Like especially with him implementing the NBA Cup and then the playing tournament. You know what I mean? That was he pretty much expanded the playoffs.
Yeah.
And gave more teams a chance to play, and like which is going to attract like more viewership because more cities are in it, more teams are in it.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. We'll keep this updated, but this is definitely an interesting topic.
Yeah, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But changing gears a little bit. I guess after the holidays, now it's Alonso alert, right?
Yeah.
And every day we try to figure out if Alonso's either coming to the Mets or if he's going to sign with another team.
Hey, I think the longer that he stays unsigned, the better it looks for the Mets.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I totally agree.
Especially with all these other teams signing first baseman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought. I know the Yankees signed. Who did they sign for first base? I'm drawing a blank.
Oh, Goldschmidt.
Yes. Oh, that was a great signing.
That was a great signing.
He came from St. Louis
St.
Cardinals.
Louis,
Yeah.
But he's 39 years old.
Yeah.
He's a proven veteran, right? He
Yeah.
has a lot of leadership qualities, and I think that's exactly what the Yankees needed.
Yeah.
Now that Gleyber Torres is no longer there,
Yeah.
They're losing a bat, especially Gleyber picked it up in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
But Aaron Goldschmidt gives them that that solid leadership that they needed.
Yeah.
I don't know what else they need now. I think so they're going to put Goldschmidt in first. We'll see. I don't know if they're going to put in second base or on third base, but they have a lot of good pieces.
Yeah. So if they're putting Goldschmidt at first, they have Rizzo still. I guess Rizzo might take the second baseman
I think
spot.
I thought he was a free agent, Rizzo.
Oh, okay. He might be.
Yeah.
Might be. Let me see.
Yeah, because I think they're going to put Chisholm in the second base.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm not sure if it's going to be their rookie from last year. I forgot his name.
Colby?
Rice.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Rice.
Okay.
But I don't know if he's going to I don't know. They're going to have to do a little bit of maneuvering, but
Okay.
you never know. You know, they're the Yankees. They can always acquire somebody. Like I don't know if
Yeah.
it's going to be Bregman caliber, but
Bregman's still out there too.
yeah, Bregman. A lot of people are putting up with the Mets.
Yeah.
You know, because he did tweet out saying, "Oh, next year is going to be an amazing Mets."
Yeah.
Not amazing. No,
Yeah.
an amazing year. So they were like, "Oh, the amazing Mets, maybe."
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know. But I just know that the Mets, super happy that they're bringing back, our boy, Manaea.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh
So-
my gosh. I I don't know if you know anything about like how he ended up re-signing with the Mets,
Mhm.
but I feel like he got like a little taste and was able to talk to other teams and stuff, and was
Yeah.
able to field contracts like from other teams and like evaluate and see what they were offering,
Yeah.
and then I guess the Mets just offered like more than all of them.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised. You know, Uncle Steve. No, that's kind of like the tone throughout
Yeah.
the whole, off season and probably to the years to come is that you're not going to outbid.
Yeah.
You're not going to outbid the Mets.
Yeah.
But obviously, like even with the Alonso situation, we're not just going to give it out. You
Yeah.
know, it's going to have to fit into the system.
Yeah.
And in regarding to the Mets, I think it'd be fun if we can kind of figure out like 1 to 9 kind of batting, because like they're they're not that far from like from what I anticipate them going back to the playoffs with.
Yeah.
Because Ronnie Mauricio, he was supposed to be somebody that was extremely excited for from last year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately he got injured, but I think he's going to be a very good component to next season.
Yeah.
But then again, we're going to have to put somebody out. Is
Yeah.
it going to be Jeff McNeil? Is
Yeah.
it they re-signed Iglesias, but is he going to be a starter, or is he going to be somebody outside looking in, waiting for
Right.
that opportunity that he got last year?
Yep.
There's a lot of like still questions,
Yeah.
but a lot of the Mets had the highest payroll. You know what I'm saying? So they do have the caliber. It's just putting these pieces together. But I still think they're missing power bats.
Yeah.
And that's when we're hoping Alonso can fit.
Do you know if they're still going to retain Acuna Jr. or Acuna?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I think they're going to keep him because I think he's still under his
Rookie contract?
rookie contract.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, international.
Okay.
But they still have a lot of capital from
Yeah.
the Houston trade. So, will they trade for somebody like
Yeah.
a pitcher, in the future, or are they going to get that top prospect from Japan? We never know.
Right.
But my top 9 is number 1. You got to go with Francisco Lindor. Him in the leadoff spot
Okay.
was phenomenal,
Yeah.
and hopefully going forward, that's something that he will solidify as.
Yeah.
Then you got to go with Vientos, right?
I think so.
Hopefully, number 3. Hopefully, we get Alonso back, right? Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's either going to be so Lindor, maybe Vientos is good. Maybe Soto for third.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe Soto for third.
No, that.
You have to have somebody between them.
Yeah, because I don't see Soto as a 3. I think it'd be a perfect 2, maybe a 3. We'll put Soto.
I like him as a 3 because
Yeah. He's a contact hitter.
Yeah,
That's what I really
I
like
like
about
him
him.
as a 3.
And he does have power, but not at the capacity as
yeah.
in a lot. So all right, we'll go Lindor, we'll go Mark Vientos, and then we'll go Soto. Oh,
Yeah.
or maybe Lindor, Soto, and then Vientos.
That's fine too. I don't see a problem with that. But I feel like Soto could clean up nice for 3. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
first to get on base, and then,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But either way, like, those are the top 3, right?
Yeah, top 3.
And then I'm saying Nimmo for 4.
Yeah, I would love to have Alonso if he does come
You
back.
can't say that yet.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take him out of the equation.
Yeah.
And then so Francisco Lindor, shortstop, right?
Yep.
Then we got
Vientos.
Vientos starting at third base, right? And then we'll have Soto in the outfield.
Yep.
Then we'll have Nimmo center field.
Yep.
And then we'll have Francisco Alvarez maybe
Okay.
in the 5.
I was thinking either him or Marte.
I don't think Marte's going to come back.
Oh, really?
I've heard a lot of rumblings that they're either going to trade him, dude, because he has a high salary. I can see him with a lot of the prospects for either the Mets getting a solid ace, or maybe just getting some relief pitching, because the way the Mets are laid out in their rotation, they're going to have several pitchers, and they're going to heavily rely on the bullpen like last year.
Yeah.
It's not going to look like the Yankees now or the Braves where they have, or even the Dodgers that have aces.
Yeah.
But that being said, I think Alvarez, is going to he's going to have a solid year, right?
Mm-hmm.
He would be my 5, but
Okay.
But I could see that being Marte.
If Marte comes back.
If Marte comes back.
Okay.
And then Mauricio.
Okay.
And then I would have Mauricio in the second base.
Okay.
And then
They still have Tyrone Taylor too.
Tyrone Taylor, yeah, he would probably be my 8 or 9.
And then Luis Angel Acuna, bro. I like him.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
good. But yeah.
It depends what they want to do with McNeil and stuff. Like,
McNeil's such a great contact hitter, and when he's on point, dude, he's proven himself that he can be one of the best.
I could see him having a total bounce back year. You know what I mean? It just he has to get back to form, to his form.
But where would you put him? You would have to put him in the outfield.
Yeah.
You'd have to put him either on right field or either left field or second base.
Yeah.
But I think Ronnie Mauricio's going to start,
Mm-hmm.
or at least come, because he's coming, dude. And he's going to be good.
Right now his position is listed at shortstop.
Yeah, but I think I think either Lindor's going to play second or Mauricio's going to play second.
Yeah, but either way, this is a great problem to have, having so many bats.
Yeah, so many bats. Yeah, or they can put him in third base and put Mark Vientos at first base.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the thing with the Mets is I think they're one pitcher away.
Yeah. I'm looking at all the pitchers they have listed still.
Do they still have Katana?
Quintana's free agent.
Okay.
So the ones that they do have, Senga,
Okay.
Manaya, they just re-signed.
Okay. Which I think could be a really 2-3 punch.
Yeah. They signed Clay Holmes, right? But I was reading that they plan on having him transition from a closer to a starter.
Okay.
Which is part of the reason why he was so attractive to the Mets, because the Yankees never gave him that option.
Okay.
They never even asked him about if he wanted to start again, because he's been so successful as a closer. But in his earlier career, he was a starting pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
So we have those three. And Frankie Montas, they just signed him.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I think they're gonna go with a 6-man rotation.
Yeah, they still have Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson had a phenomenal season last year.
And a couple guys that they traded for, Blackburn. And then,
yeah, so I think they're pretty good. I think they're not the top of the crop, but they're veterans that we kind of expected from last year. Mm-hmm. So hopefully we get a little similar outcome from
Yeah, and Griffin Canning as well, another free agent signing.
Yeah. He's alright.
Yeah. But yeah, they look great, man.
Yeah, but hopefully the next video that we have a little bit more of an Alonso update, because I feel like it's bound to happen, right? Yeah. There's not a lot. I think Josh Bell, the best one in the market right now, or maybe Rizzo.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're not because obviously Alonso's a lot younger.
Yeah.
And after coming off that postseason, I think it means more to the Mets than any other team.
For sure, and he's asking for a lot of money. And apparently, the teams out there, at least at this point in the season, they're not trying to spend that much money. At least right now,
for a first baseman.
Especially because all the teams that needed one, they kind of found the guy already.
Yeah, especially next year when Aguero comes out, and I think there's a bunch of other caliber first basemen that might come out in the market. Like I wouldn't be surprised for teams to wait.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we think. Let us know if you agree with us or disagree with us about the Mets or the viewership,
ratings,
the ratings. It was something that we just saw, we were interested about, and we were like, you know what, let's just talk about it.
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think. If you guys have any suggestions of what you think the league should do. But stick around. Got some good stuff coming up for you.
Thanks, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's.